Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Doom da fa.
Hi, Doom da fa.
Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it Doomfa? Doomdafa. Doomdafa.
Crafting, wow.
I think that's the nicest way of saying arts and crafts in like we were 5.
I worked in a workshop a lot in college, and then I built all the furniture in my apartment. So that was crafting.
Yeah, you're actually quite good at that.
I enjoyed that. I love that.
I would say you're quite handy as well.
I crafted a lot of diamond armor on the crafting table in Minecraft
Very true.
many times.
Yeah. Well, I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
The diamond armor.
Diamond armor.
Wow.
Iron armor. Wooden armor at the beginning.
So what's that metallurgery?
Metal tertiary.
Wow.
And,
That's very
I
impressive.
built a whole castle. I crafted a whole castle.
Jeez, no, I'm nowhere near that. I liked Lego when I was a kid. And
Yeah, I
then,
love Lego.
That's it.
Well, in terms of our sets, I think there's definitely a large amount of winging it because we usually like
On the day.
Yeah, on the day.
Yeah.
But it's amazing of what you can come up with quite quickly. What was the one I'm thinking of now where I think it was if companies were people, Flango, and you had to create for Foil here, you had to create. He had a pillow permanently behind his head because he was Airbnb.
Oh yes, yeah.
And to come up with that,
Oh yeah.
what did you do again? You got a hanger.
Strapped to. I put a hanger in his shoulders,
Yeah.
sticking up, and attached that to another hanger, the opposite way around, and that held the pillow.
Yeah, it held the
I
pillow.
did a great job.
So that was pretty good, and that was in like 2 minutes. So yeah, we kind of I've got quite good at.
Yeah, but your Russian hat, the Russian hat
Yeah.
is like some sort of like shoulder warmer, woman's shoulder warmer.
Yeah, it's a scarf.
The tartan kilt is a tartan shirt. There's loads of stuff that just gets. There's loads of t-shirts that have like the back cut out of them into like a square because we needed that particular shade of color for something. And what did we made a surgeon's mask? Was it out of the back of a t-shirt? Or?
Yeah.
Surgeon's hat. We could have. Yeah.
Yeah. So funny whenever that's brought out, and I can still see the space back. Yeah. So I think you get quite good at winging it. Probably the
Once you can settle for lower production values,
Yes.
which we can.
we can.
Yeah, we can.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we were living together, weren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, how good
Yeah.
That was just a long time at laptops trying to make the sounds
Yeah.
and get them right. That was most of that.
Yeah, it was pretty torturous actually.
Yeah, I remember you two guys did all the that edit basically of the tune, and you were very stressed out.
Well, yeah, because some of the tunes you couldn't get online, so you had to record them coming out from your speakers. So you had to get on the computer, you had to make the computer go boo, boo, boo. And at the same time, you had the recording software recording what was coming through your speakers. So you had to learn how to do that because that's not obvious at all. And yeah, then place them in an order for a beat to sound like a tune.
Change the pitch of them a little bit.
Slightly pitch, but not too much as you can get away with.
And also find the right songs. You remember
Yeah.
we both spent so long
I spent about 8 hours on one song.
doing the perfect, like a Daft Punk song or something, like doing the whole. So you're like, oh my god, this is the riff with
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
window sounds pitched, shifted, and made shorter a little bit, and then you play it for the guys because you're so excited, and it happened to both of us. You play it, and then you just see two faces go, no, it doesn't really.
Yeah,
you've changed it too much in
Yeah.
the window sounds. It doesn't work.
Yeah, the real test was you had to play it, and then the other person had to guess what song it was. But they had to get it quite quickly. They weren't, So it was kind of like, I'm sorry, I don't know what song that is. Please, you do. You think more.
It was a great sketch. It's one of the few sketches to make it into 2 Edinburgh shows.
That's true. Before we got
Yes.
wrapped on the knuckles by a review going, well, they're using the same material
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, they were dead right.
Yeah, we were trying to. We felt like it was like our second year. Was Windows in our second ever Edinburgh? So it was our second ever Edinburgh. And we were going to our third one, and we wanted to make a big splash because we felt like the second year, we're like, not enough people saw it, and there was some great sketches in that, and we should go again and hit them with it.
The best stuff.
Yeah, keep the best stuff and go again.
Better stuff.
Because it was like 30 people coming to some of the shows, you know, like
had we kept that up, do you know what I mean? Not that we can do Windows now because it's out of date, but like,
yeah,
had we kept up that thing, you know, and a viewer had gone, it's the way we do it anyway. And you know, we would have just like we now have be doing a best of each time because we cut the chaff, keep the wheat each year, and it'll get better and better. That guy screwed us over.
Don't know. We wrote our best show now the following year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not noticeable, to be honest, for me anyway.
No.
I don't know.
Well, the content, I don't feel it well because we've now got some sketches in series, like, you know, like the immigration test. The content isn't changing, you know, too much.
Usually
not a huge amount. I think we probably would have noticed it more in the live shows, perhaps, because that's kind of from year to year.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to our early days, the stuff was much darker. We don't do anything dark anymore, really.
Yeah,
and puerile at times.
Yeah, really good stuff, like.
Yeah, the best stuff.
The best stuff. Yeah, we don't do the dark or puerile stuff anymore, but we haven't done that for a long time.
Yeah. There was one sketch we dropped there, and it was quite dark, and we were like, "What? wasn't there one there recent enough?" And like, I think it was probably an old.
We did a show. I think we were stuck. We were in an Edinburgh show, and we were stuck for 5 minutes, and we reached back into our online catalogue and did the heroin sketch. About we did. It wasn't a heroin sketch, but it was the business dudes. You know, the new product.
Yeah.
And it was we should sell heroin, and like it just did not fit with the tone. We were beyond it at that point. It was just it was like definitely when we done it the first time, it was like kind of we probably the reality of heroin and its like ravages probably weren't that clear to us. And then we gotten older and we did a sketch, and someone came up to us asking like, "Oh, we love your stuff." Like that one in the middle there, the heroin sketch. Like I'm not saying it's not funny, it's just not you guys. And like I couldn't agree with her more. Like
it's funny. Times have been a changing. Really, I think the times have changed our content more than we have changed.
They've changed quite quickly over the last few years.
Yeah, your audience changes, and then they kind of they want something different.
Well, like the paper hats. You know, at the time we thought it was great fun. A lot of us, but we're uncomfortable doing that now.
Yeah, I think so.
Because we're playing 3 women who are
3 sex
working
workers
in a brothel.
Yeah, 3 sex workers, and it's just a bit like it was a bit of Monty Python about it, and like it is a great sketch, but it just needs a rewrite.
Yeah,
you know, you got to keep up with your audience. You know, you're trying to make them laugh. Like,
well, it's
if you're not making them laugh anymore, it's time to change it. Like,
it's been brilliant. It's made us. We're now playing to much bigger, wider audiences.
Yeah,
which is great. Super. So it's helped us a lot. The small changes that we've made, I'd say.
No, they've kept that quite enough recently, haven't they?
But the odd person makes it clear, but
I definitely
really
pretend to be annoyed or jealous on Twitter if someone has a favorite, and that kind of keeps that banter going.
I just don't pass on messages if someone's like, "Oh, you're all great. Would you mind letting like Hog know that?" I'm like,
no,
I don't want to do that either. Yeah. and I was worried that for a while, like, when you don't hear, "Oh, you're the favorite" for a while, the others are. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen it. You heard it for a while. Even though I don't like hearing it.
No, I don't mind.
Especially don't like hearing it. Where's an earshot of the other two? Why would you say that?
Yeah. When we're doing the queue or something like that.
Because I wouldn't want to fucking hear that from the other end of that.
Which it doesn't bother me either way, really. Yeah.
No, because there's always some bad. You can always get a bit of crack.
I never mind hearing people say that you're my favorite or they're my favorite or whatever. What you don't want to hear is they're the funny one. You know.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, or
what would you?
I find them the funniest.
Well, that's
Would you take?
You want to take this outside?
Yeah, I don't care about the favorite thing. I don't want to hear.
But could you take that you're my favorite, but he's the funniest? How would you feel about
Oh,
that?
well, look, there's a bit of a balance there.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
You're the charismatic one, but he's very.
It's funny.
His craft is very.
Craft.
Yeah.
Yes, great thinker.
What about you're the funniest, but I think maybe from what I've seen you on the stage as a person, you're not very nice. If you got
I
that.
can live with that.
Yeah.
There you go. Got his bread. You know, son's bread butter on.
You're the attractive, funny, clever one, but you're not really a nice person. Yeah. Fuck it right.
Yeah. And what's the problem?
Joke on, mate.
What's the problem?
What's the problem? Yeah.
All I want to hear after a show, the only thing that I want to hear after a show is that, oh, you're quite good at the guitar. That's all I want to hear.
Oh yeah.
That's all. I'm
yeah,
done
yeah.
then. I don't
Yeah.
care if they think I was funny or not. I'm like,
Yeah.
did you like the guitar?
Yeah, 'cause you
Thanks.
know exactly how funny it's been. You've heard the feedback, good
Yeah,
or
maybe.
bad. There it is.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
heard
know
the
what the
feedback.
appreciation is for the guitar.
Right, you don't know. Yeah,
So
yeah.
We'd appreciate it if you let them know.
Please,
So,
let me know. Insecure. Oh yeah. I don't know. We've kind
done
of
a bit of it.
We've done a bit. Haven't done it as much recently,
No.
have we? Did it in the past a lot.
Yeah, we're kind of doing kind of less. I think at the start, like, I think there was kind of a divide there between me and the lads in terms of like taste of. I might like, popular song, Grant. Everyone knows it. Let's do it, and change the words to it. Like, it's a Weird Al Yankovic kind of a job, isn't it?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then, but you two were kind of like, we prefer to get a song that people don't know, but just sounds good. So that's originally what I was doing. I was finding those songs.
Yeah.
And going getting mostly Brother Where Art Thou
Yeah,
stuff, because there was three of them and they're all kind of nicely harmonized, and usually they're a cappella.
that's just a great soundtrack.
I think there's still a longer shelf life with them.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, I mean, there is something definitely said for a song that you can make sound good, but people don't know. They don't have preconceptions about it as well. I suppose they're not thinking, well, Ed Sheeran. And now I'm thinking Ed Sheeran's video in my head.
Yeah, but they're all great, to be honest. Like I wouldn't have a problem with Keyboard Commando, Ryanair, or Lanyard Guy. I think that we could play them. I think we could play them forever. You know, genuinely.
It was probably a stepping stone as well, though, because for writing songs, none of us had a huge amount of experience at all. So like, you got to get into it that way, and then we realized songs work, and then we could do them, and we could sing together, and then we just got better at writing it.
Yeah.
Do you remember I created an instrument for you? The keyboard.
Oh, the keyboard.
Oh, it's so stressful. You made me play it. I gave it a best my
I
best
made
go.
you an instrument. I created
it was-
an instrument, and you threw it to the
It
wayside.
was more. I would have had to be really good at it. It wasn't.
So basically, it was for Keyboard Commando, it was a computer keyboard where the keys were programmed. Flanger managed to program them so that when you played them, they played musical notes. And the idea was that Arms would do a Van Halen-like solo on a keyboard.
Oh, I think I was gonna do dun 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 dun, but unfortunately, like I only had a week before the Edinburgh Fringe, I think, or was it 10 days? It just wasn't doable with everything else going on. Like I can barely play the piano as it is. Like that's like a next level for someone, whatever it is. But
It could have been, especially if you'd programmed it in so that it was like the word apple. so he could just type a recognizable word.
Where were you, Bingo? Where were you?
I was stressed out.
Where was this
do
genius?
you know what would have been good actually is if any key played the next note in the sequence.
Oh, then you really could have ripped it. Then you could have
Oh,
played
yeah.
Little Wing
So
or
you
something.
pre-program the sequence. I'm giving away the
Cheat.
sequence. Of course it's cheating. And then I go like I'd be like, but like the whole the sequence is already programmed no matter what I play.
That's what I always think of when I think of the
or just
piano.
play the tune and just go.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah,
to mime
exactly.
it.
Yeah, and then people, wow, that's deadly.
But whatever you hit plays.
all our sketches and just play the videos, McKenna.
Whatever you hit plays the next note. Reminds me of the piano jugglers who have like a floor piano and they juggle and they bounce it, and they're meant to be playing they're meant to be bouncing, juggling the balls. I'm like, there's no way they're that good. I think that's play the next note, bang, 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 bang.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's what it reminded me of.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah.
But I just think we're better musically now and more confident musically to write our own stuff. And what we always found is that when we took a popular song is that we didn't want to then go to the verse, to the chorus, to the verse, to the chorus in the same structure that the popular song did. We wanted to stop the verse halfway through, and then it sounded weird because it didn't sound exactly like the song.
Yeah, well, it's not a comedy. Their song isn't a comedy song.
And now you're getting away from the song so much so that like it just becomes your own thing, really.
Do that far. I once went to an audition edit point there, and I went in and I was trying to sing the
Phantom of
the Opera.
Yeah.
Was it night time?
Yeah. That
Music
one.
of the Night.
Music of the Night, this one,
Yeah.
And then I came in going, all right, you have really practiced this. Here we go. Let's give this our best shot. And then I came in, and then, what are you going to sing? I was sing Music of the Night. And then, oh, big song. I was like, I haven't started yet, mate. Like, I could be good.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, they say big song when they don't think. I suppose I think it's a difficult song.
No,
No.
we actually just take down whatever we really want to. I don't really mind if it's highly viewed or not. Just times change, you know.
Yeah, times
Sometimes
change.
Things that were
But you put some stuff back online.
I did.
Recently.
Which was that?
It was
That you had been
questionably a mistake to take it off in the first place.
The
Well-
cinema ones, they were real
Yeah,
fun.
really funny
Oh,
ones. I
yeah.
took down another one. Do you know what? I took down. We put up one called Festival Tickets or something like that, where
Yeah.
we'd done a bunch of festival sketches and we did another one.
Uh-huh.
Probably a leftover script or something, and we worked on it. And it was like about like a hipstery festival that was going on, and we put it up in August, and it bombed. And I was so annoyed that about 2 months later, I was like, I really like that sketch, and it bombed. And I was like, people obviously hate it, so I put it on private.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And then when I watched it back, I was like, it's really funny. What
Ah.
we did at the time was we wanted to we were growing our YouTube channel, and we were probably a bit self-conscious about the stuff that we didn't think was working as well. So every so often we used to do that.
You did a cull.
Yeah, you do a cull and you keep the best stuff. So anyone
Yeah.
who new came to the channel would only see really good stuff.
Yeah, which is
and
fair enough, because until like you become a Foil Arms and Hog fan, then you are not going to have you're not going to be as forgiving for sketches that aren't as funny as the other sketches.
Yeah, if you're new to the channel,
It's
you
simply
might
a numbers game.
yeah, you might not see it. But yeah, so I was happy to put them back on again.
Well, I can't play anything.
Guitar.
but thank
Hog
you.
is good on the guitar. Doesn't play it enough, probably.
Good. Better than that, mate.
Sorry, I was just comparing you to Fingo.
Rory Gallagher, Jimi Hendrix, Sean Flanagan.
Yeah.
The
Van
biggest
Halen.
waste of talent this country has ever seen. I did try and play a few years, no, more than a few years ago, but then I just wasn't.
But you play piano.
No.
You tinkle the ivories.
Yeah, I've actually started playing a little bit more now. Do you know what? I was putting myself under pressure during the first lockdown to learn how to read music, and now I've decided that I don't want to. And that I just want to do YouTube tutorials of my favourite songs, copy them out and play them. And that makes me happy.
Okay.
I think the piano is arguably harder than the guitar by a long
Oh
shot.
yeah.
Because
Really?
mostly,
Yeah.
you can play a lot of songs by playing just chords. You hold them down and then you just go.
But I
With
mean,
your
that's the
hand,
same with the piano,
and
though,
then you
no?
change.
No, well the piano.
G, C,
But if you learn,
all the lads, you know. all
if
the
you learn
classics.
six chords in say the key of C, and then on a guitar you just move a capo up and down, and you can play in any key you want to. Whereas in the piano, you need to know everything.
You're a fraud!
So anyway, like you need to keep moving the bass hand to play the chords, whilst the other hand is probably playing a tune, right?
Mm.
Okay, but with the guitar, you can forget about this hand because all you do is.
Oh,
it.
slow down, I need to take this
That's
down.
it,
This
like-
is so good
You
stuff.
need to be accurate with this hand playing the chords, but then you can
Yeah.
and it will pretty much come out. Like just forget about it, just up and down. It's like-
Okay.
You're just doing
Yeah,
rhythm as opposed to
yeah,
accompaniment.
yeah.
and-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mind can shut
That makes me
out,
feel a
you
little
know?
bit better, to be honest. Appreciate that.
Well, is your name Fingo? Or is
Yeah,
your
it's
name not
mostly
Fingo?
foil. If it's a, yeah. Well, if it's
It's
a
a-
guitar, it's usually you. But
Yeah.
on live stage, it's always you.
It's just always the way we've done it.
It's just
Yeah.
way to, it's also like no, it's also whoever comes up with it, like the Vax song. you came up with it, so you played the guitar first.
That's true.
You know, mother and son. You know,
Yeah.
you came with the piano part, you played the piano part.
Yeah.
It's kind of whoever's for live stuff. We always write it under so much time pressure that it's
Yeah.
who's going to do it the fastest, who's going to be able to do it the quickest.
Yeah.
I
Who
get it on
already
stage.
knows it.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then you
Yeah,
just
to make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, get him up front there to carry it.
There was a bit of messing around with the Bowron for the Brexit song. Like you guys both had a shot at the Bowron
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
passed it around between you and stuff. And
I got fired from the Baron.
well, you got promoted to the tin
I
whistle.
got hired for the tin whistle.
Yeah,
That's
so
right,
like you
yeah.
know,
Here it is.
yeah, I love that bit. I know. Love the bit where we realized, like, because you had a tin whistle, it was like we realized, like, no, you should just pretend.
Yeah.
Because it's way
It's
better
way
to
funnier,
pretend
isn't it?
to
Yeah.
play the tin
It's
whistle.
great. Our job, you know, we can make mistakes. It's better. We do less. It's better. You know, accountants they don't have that luxury.
It really is. Yeah, exactly. It's a race to the bottom
Yeah.
in this game.
You know,
Yeah.
if police make mistakes, that's a mistake.
Yeah. I'm sure it might be funny,
Yeah,
but that's no good to them.
to the criminal, maybe. Rarely now, very rarely.
Very rarely, but it does happen.
Yeah.
It's happened.
I can't remember actually.
The
it
bigger
ever
we've gotten,
happening.
the less it
Oh,
happens.
I do remember the Foil Arms guy. We've had a few of them, and yeah, it's funny because then you kind of the best way to do is to point it out, and then
They get awkward about it.
yeah, and then at the end of the show, if you can get them like that, like that's the win then.
But it's killer because it sucks the energy from the room because it's someone just who doesn't want to play, doesn't want to have fun, and the audience can see that it's ruining our plans kind of a little bit, and
Yeah, it's just like making it awkward for everyone.
yeah, it makes it awkward for everyone. It's a real pain, but
Yeah.
it does happen very rarely, and the bigger we've gotten, the less it happens.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, the better we're better now at kind of identifying people who are more likely to participate based on
That's true.
based on the start of the show where we're kind
Yeah.
of walking
Yeah.
around chatting to people. That's kind of part of it.
Yeah.
That's part
Yeah.
of
We're also
We're looking up
profiling
people.
them. Yeah, we're like
yeah. Well,
the
you're
older, the sounder, the
sizing
usually.
them up, like
Yeah,
you know,
and
going
we've got better at manipulating as well.
yes,
You know.
Yeah.
And
manipulating. Give me phrase that in a more positive sense.
using.
Using. Thank you.
using, manipulating.
You want to make it feel like, to be honest, you want to make it feel like they don't have an option. But usually you pick somebody who was up first, you know.
Yeah, you just want them to have fun, really. and-
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, you know, people need to be pushed to do stuff on stage. Or
Yes,
they don't
but
do anything.
There is the hilarious kind of it's a real delicate balance that we've worked on for a long time because if they just jump up, if they're really eager to get
Oh,
up there and do it,
yeah.
they're a nightmare. They're not funny because the crowd are like,
right there.
that person's just no, they're too
Yeah, they're
eager.
Too eager. They
So you
want-
need
yeah.
someone that has a little bit of resistance in getting up, because then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
go on, the crowd get behind them, then you
Yeah,
can do
exactly,
it.
Yeah.
But if you get
they're
someone-
an underdog, then
Yeah.
Mm.
and then the crowd are rooting for them.
Yeah.
They want them to do this thing for their entertainment, and like the person is probably just shy and is humble and is being normal, and then like, oh, okay, I'll do it for you. Okay. Oh, you really
But
like
then,
that?
yeah,
Oh,
and then
that's
they
great.
love it. They're
Oh,
getting a
that's
real
great.
kick out of it
Yeah.
as well. Like
don't
that's what
realise
you want.
How fun it's gonna be.
Yeah, and then they're like, whoa, that was great. I never enjoyed myself more.
Yeah, they personify the rest of the audience. That's what I feel like. I kind of don't want to go, but I will if you make
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, and then of course the audience person can relate to them then as well, because most audience people are generally haven't been on stage probably,
Mhm.
and you know, there's a relatability. They can go, they see that person being kind of scared, worried about stage, and like, yes, that's the way I'd be. I can relate to that person.
Mhm.
And then they see themselves on stage and like, oh, what if I was up there? Oh God, would I do that? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
we
we're gonna.
won't pick them.
We won't be
We'll never
picking the
pick
front
them.
rows.
Yeah,
no
second
way.
row now.
When we recognize people, we'll
No
we'll
chance.
stray away.
Because a fan would be weird. A fan
Well,
would
you-
probably be too eager.
You can still pick the people who are eager. You can still pick their parents.
Yeah.
We've done
You
that
know,
before. We've
because
picked
their
fans' parents before. Yeah.
and that can work really well because they've been dragged to the show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See the also the big danger of picking a fan as well, that they've seen the sketch, they know the sketch, and they're not going to react surprised when we do the surprising thing.
Yeah, exactly. Or they'll try and help you,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if the balance is off, yeah.
Secrets revealed. Any memorable ones, people after the show?
There was the gunshots that time.
I always find the funniest one is when Hog's mum comes to Vicar Street,
I love that.
because we're doing the queue and there's a queue of people, you know, that want to meet us. But Hog's mum is obviously, and well within her right, entitled to not queue to meet her son after the show. But she's always there with a few other people, so it's always she always talks to security, and security always usher her like past the entire queue with her entourage up to us there.
And then you have another photo, and then come on,
come on.
Your mum's like, fun, and
Get
you're
the
like,
friends
will
in.
you come on?
Margaret,
people
come
waiting
in for the photo.
But
But
Margaret's in the toilet.
the whole crowd are just watching you've been queuing, just going, "What the hell?" We're like, "It's okay, it's Hog's mum," and then they're like, "Yeah." So that's my favorite, one of my favorite after show interactions. I
Yeah, I
guess.
love that.
So it's a bit different.
My dad didn't pay for his tickets or something at that time.
What was it?
We
again?
Oh, he
never
just
let
turned
him
up?
down.
He turned up at the door, did he?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, he did something. Yeah.
We he forgot to pay or something at some point. This is ages ago. Where
No,
either way we were-
he barreled his way into the backstage area or something, wasn't it?
I don't
He
know.
talked his way and he managed to get loads of people through or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
I think
Fair
it's-
play to him.
I was gonna watch them when I got home.
Yeah.
But the only thing we don't like in the queue is when there's a queue
Oh yeah.
and then there's a bar.
Oh.
Yes.
And then we see the end of the queue and we're like, because we're tired, we've done, 2 hours on stage. We're like, okay, whew, that was good. And then the people who wanted to meet us after the show, it's really nice. They've
They've
come
all
out and they've
queued up
queued
and
up,
waited.
and that's really nice. They're standing there after the show, fair play to them, and the queue is, half an hour, 40 minutes. And then when we think was the original end of the queue, then all the people who've just been sitting over there having pints, having
Pints
a
and
laugh,
drinking,
or actually, they're
drinking
like,
away.
oh, the queue is nearly gone, might saunter over and join it. And you're like, no.
Yeah,
No.
there's nothing
No.
worse. They've been enjoying themselves. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to enjoy yourself.
If you're queuing, you queue.
You're not allowed to drink pints if we're not drinking pints.
Because it tells us that we could have, you've just about enough energy to get through the queue, and you kind of calculate it based off the length of the queue. You're like, okay, I'll give it me all now for these next 10 people, and then I'll be gone. And then you see another 10 people like, I've nothing left for you. I got nothing left.
Yeah.
We weren't sure.
They're the people who didn't really want to be there in the queue anyway, so they're
Yeah.
not as enthusiastic. And they also, because they're there at the end, they use that as an opportunity
To take forever.
to keep you there because, we're drinking pints together now. We're
Yeah.
best
But
mates.
they look behind them.
We're not drinking pints.
we're going,
What are our pints?
They're like, there's no one waiting behind us in the queue. We're not delaying anyone.
Yeah,
You're like-
exactly.
You're like, but we're so tired.
Yeah, so that's the one thing. That's the big no.
Yeah, these are people who are just like, I might as well
Yeah.
go over and say hi to them because whatever.
These are drunk chancers. Who
Chancers.
Are there.
Chancers.
He wanted to stay on. They're there
Yeah.
in the venue going, oh, get more points. I'm going to get points. I don't know. What show
They
did we
sound
see?
like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should make it. Yeah,
I don't know what show we see.
They can also sound like that.
Yeah.
Yes, it.
yeah. We need to make it clear that the chancers. We're
and
talking
they're
about
like,
the chancers.
Oh, wait a minute. It's last on stage, isn't
It's getting more and more English.
it?
We've had people at the end come up, just like, oh, who weren't even at the show, who just happened to be at the bar,
Oh,
and then
Oh,
they
yeah,
come
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Oh, what was going on in there?
yeah.
Well, people were queuing to
Entertaining.
meet you, so I guess I
think
should.
it's fair enough. We sound, I think it's fair enough. What were you gonna do? Another point impression person?
All right, mate. Who are you?
What?
I saw you do the.
Come on,
What's
mate.
a big queue, eh? What are you, big deal, eh?
Why
Why
is
is
it?
it?
Can I
Queue,
just
eh?
say, right? Can I just say it's by far and away mostly Irish people that do that when we're abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the Irish. It's
Because they have a little bit of entitlement as well.
because they know you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've probably jabbered on enough about that.
Yeah. That's nice to get off. the
most rebellious thing.
Probably do comedy. This thing I can think of.
Yeah, although it didn't really feel like a rebellion. It just felt like easy. But most rebellious. I don't know.
I don't think it'd be. Oh, I'm not very rebellious.
Oh,
I
yeah, I
don't
was
think.
about to say, I don't know. Yeah,
No,
if I would be. No, I don't know. Yeah,
Started a revolution in Mozambique once.
Yes, we did start a revolution in Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Yeah, that was very bloody in the end.
The blood-stained ground.
I felt
That's why the flag is all red.
when it was time to go, it was time for us to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was actually
When
I
they,
suppose when you're used to being like stepped in that much danger and violence and blood, you don't really think of it as a rebellious.
No, but then
In hindsight,
the flag meeting that I had with them afterwards were like, well, it's a new nation now. So we have to have a new flag. It's like, oh, right, so flag design. So they started with the blood-soaked ground, full red, just a red, like Fire Festival, only red. You know, just that's block red. I'm like, oh, lads,
very strong.
Yeah, very strong. You're leading with kind of, let's focus on the future, not the past. And it's like, I mean, white. You start with white, the blank canvas, and then go from there. And then they brought in cannons and stuff. It's like, come on, you know.
I lost the train of the conversation a while ago.
I was enjoying it. I hope there hasn't been a revolution in Mozambique recently where it seemed rather insensitive.
It's actually a sketch I was working on this. It's flag design.
That's funny.
Oh, good question.
Can I get in there early?
Yeah, I was gonna say let me guess. Oh, I've got 2 suggestions of things you could bring. No, it's not. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not the chutney chops, marmalade chops. It's not the marmalade chops.
Sure.
I was gonna say the banh mi.
Oh yeah, grand. I'll do the banh mi.
Or like a creme brulee for the dessert.
I've never done a creme brulee.
Oh,
But I do a good mousse.
The mousse. Yeah.
I do a good chocolate mousse, and I do a banh mi sandwich.
Do you mean banh mi?
They're the only things I would be proud to present at a dinner party. Everything else is kind of just standard normal stuff.
Yeah. Flanga, what do you made some special your special spicy chicken concoction?
My actual dish, I do a good dish. That's one. And it's it'd be a roast chicken, do a good roast chicken.
Yeah.
Also I do a great vegetarian gnocchi, which is pretty fantastic.
Great vegetarian gnocchi. Is it with pumpkin, is it?
No, it's tomato, sweet peppers, and mozzarella.
Okay, it sounded a bit heavy now with a banh mi to start and then gnocchi.
Yeah.
And I do a dessert maybe, but and it's also going to add to the stodge. But the best thing I've ever made was a rice pudding, right?
Yeah.
When I looked it up with this French Michelin-starred chef, guiding you through how to make the perfect, like with real vanilla pods in it, and it was like, oh my god! It took me hours to make, and it was just.
Why didn't you do the cocktails?
Oh yeah, I made it. Oh yeah, I'd love to make cocktails.
Cocktails as well.
Yeah.
I'm no good at cocktails, but
I've gotten into cocktails a bit. So I was making a syrup for old fashions the other day. Done.
There you go.
To cut through the gnocchi and banh mi.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. Okay. I never thought it. Never for a second. But it's so great, so lovely.
Nice. You do get emails from people saying that it's.
That it's helping
it's
people.
not a cure of any sort, but it's definitely a bit of escapism, which everybody needs.
Yeah. If people can get a bit of happiness out of them for whatever reasons, it's absolutely
You
delightful.
can get a laugh out of anybody at any time.
Yeah.
Especially at 8:00 on a Thursday morning.
I'm so surprised that we do still get those messages that
Yeah.
You really helped me, through lockdown, give me those little bit of endorphins that I needed to carry on, blah, blah, blah.
It's a really nice byproduct of the job. I guess.
Yeah.
What I'm so surprised is that 2 minutes a week.
Yeah, I've kind of felt a bit bad then, kind of going, God, it's not enough, maybe.
Yeah.
It's nice because especially also when you're out and you meet somebody and you can see that they genuinely really means something more to them than just a bit of a laugh on a Thursday, and that's really surprising but really lovely, lovely. Ended on a doom daff or doom daffa. Doom daffa, doom daff. Do you want to do it? Doom daffa.
Yeah, okay.
Doom daffa. Super duper. Here, lovely chatting with you, and we'll talk to you soon.